I cracked the secret code hidden all over my city. Now I wish I never found it. I spotted the first coded message in a coffee shop bathroom stall. QHX78MRLZ, scratched into the paint between gang tags and phone numbers. That's weird, I muttered, taking a photo. My friend shrugged when I showed him. Probably just random vandalism, he said. But the next morning I found another one spray painted on a dumpster behind my apartment. VZT9BXQQR. Within a week, I was seeing them everywhere. Carved into park benches, written on receipts taped to bus stops, even chalked onto sidewalks. Nobody else seemed to notice or care. When I asked my coworkers about the strange codes appearing around downtown, they just said it was probably some art project or marketing campaign. I became obsessed. I photographed every message I found, cataloging locations and timestamps. After collecting 50 different codes over 2 weeks, I spread them across my living room floor and started working. I tried every standard cipher I could find online. Caesar shifts, substitution codes, reverse alphabets. Nothing worked. I called in sick to spend entire days decoding. My roommate found me surrounded by papers at 3 a.m., running frequency analysis on letter patterns. "Scott, you need to let this go," he said. But someone was sending these messages for a reason. I couldn't shake the feeling they meant something important. Then I had a breakthrough. What if the solution wasn't just about the letters, but about where and when I found them? I started incorporating GPS coordinates and timestamps into my decryption attempts. Still nothing. But then, I tried something completely insane. I built an algorithm that used the exact second I photographed each message, combined with the longitude and latitude coordinates, moon phases, and even local temperature readings. It was absurdly complex, the kind of thing no rational person would attempt. But when I applied this impossibly convoluted key to the first message, something impossible happened. QHX78MRLZ became, "They are watching." My heart stopped. I ran the algorithm on the second message. VZT9BXQQR decoded to, "Trust no one." I worked through all 50 messages in a feverish marathon session. Each one decoded perfectly into warnings and instructions clearly meant for someone else. Time running out. Avoid subway tunnels. Meeting compromised. Safe house burned. This wasn't random graffiti. This was an active communication network hidden in plain sight across the entire city. Someone was sending urgent messages to operatives or contacts using a code so complex that only intended recipients could crack it, except I had cracked it through pure obsessive determination. The next morning I found a fresh message at the bus stop outside my building. My hands shook as I photographed it and ran my algorithm. The decoded text made my blood freeze. Decoder identified. They knew someone had broken their system. I spent the day in paranoid terror, jumping at every sound. That evening I found another message 3 blocks from my apartment. Scott Chen targeted. My full name in plain text where there should be cipher. I stopped going to work, started varying my routes home, checking constantly for surveillance. Messages appeared exactly where I'd see them, becoming more specific and threatening. Blue Jacket noted today. Apartment 4B confirmed. They were watching me in real time, tracking my movements. Within a week, strange things started happening. My bank account got hacked, credit cards charged in other states, unknown numbers called my phone, breathing silently before hanging up. Someone tried my door handle at 2 a.m. while I lay paralyzed with fear. I finally went to police, but explaining my insane decoding algorithm made me sound delusional. The detective took a report, but clearly thought I was having some kind of breakdown. A local journalist was more interested, especially after I showed her the decoded messages and mathematical proof. Through her investigation, we discovered the network was run by a private security company called Sentinel Communications, hired by the city for something called a public messaging resilience test. The program was supposed to be internal only, testing emergency communication systems, but the company had expanded it into active surveillance of citizens. When our expose published, naming me as the person who cracked their code, the messages stopped appearing overnight. The company issued a corporate apology, claiming rogue contractors had exceeded authorization. City council held hearings. The program got canceled amid public outcry. I started therapy to deal with the paranoia and hypervigilance. Gradually learned to stop seeing patterns and threats everywhere. My career recovered once people realized I wasn't actually having a mental breakdown, just dealing with legitimate harassment from a surveillance operation. Now when I walk past those same telephone poles and bus stops where coded messages used to appear, they're blank. Part of me still feels that familiar urge to look for hidden meanings, to obsess over random scratches and stains. But I choose to keep walking instead, grateful that sometimes the most dangerous puzzles are the ones you solve. The network vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving only questions about who else might be watching and what other codes are hidden in plain sight around us every day.